Hey folks, welcome back to Geeks. I'm your host, Emma Wiegel, and today we will be talking about one of my all-time favorite books, a book that my dad got for the Ennies several years ago that has lived on my shelf ever since. It is the Atlas Animalia. Now, this book was a godsend for me because I love making weird, creative, funky worlds for my players to just kind of play around in with lots of magic and how magic would affect the environment and all of those fun things that kind of happens when your dad is a DM and a scientist. So you play into that quite a bit. This book gives you tons, and I mean tons, of reskins for your usual creatures that you see. You know, you have your basilisks, your blink dogs, you might even have a cockatrice. But, you know, have you ever thought about the underwater hydra? How would a hydra evolve underwater? You know, how would a phase cat look if it was domesticated? You know, if it was a tabby cat that could face through walls, it would, you know, how would that look? This book gives you some answers to that, or at least potential ideas. It details tons of legends and rumors about these creatures, you know, where they could be used, where, you know, say the king needed to kill someone terrible and he used basilisk eyes. Well, they used them from the blue basilisk specifically. Or it gives you information for mating patterns in biology. So, you know, maybe your players make it to the mountain and it's just in time for the panda owl bear mating season. You know, you have diet and behaviors and interactions with humanoids. And I loved all of this because my high school group and the group I still play with, we love the magical creatures and we always want to have all of them as our pets. So it's, you know, fun to think about how would this specific creature react to you feeding it fish? You know, will it take the rations that you have in your bag? Stuff like that. Now, some of my personal favorites are, honestly, you have to give a huge shout out to Sarah Dollinger. The art in this book is unbelievable. Like, it is tremendous. Just how everything works physiology-wise. They have a musculature diagram for pretty much every species in here. It's insane. You know, they have all of these crazy different ideas. For if you want a rainforest basilisk, boom, you got the crested basilisk that runs across water when threatened, because it's that light. You know, you want a tamed blink dog? Here's one that looks like a corgi and herds your sheep. Do you want a polar bear owl bear? Well, this one will fight you at random points, just like a normal polar bear. You have all of these wonderful, whimsical creatures that I absolutely love to use in my games. I love things like the glass coatl, which you can see through, pretty much. The skin is almost transparent. You have all of these I keep saying how wonderful it is, but it has been very useful in my games. I actually at one point had them working as the zoo rescue team for these different magical creatures to save them from like basilisks being farmed for their eyes that are used in potions. And the guy who ran the zoo was a reskin of Steve Irwin, and it was wonderful. You know, it is rare that a book like this will impact your play so much, but it certainly impacted mine as someone who uses a lot of theater of the mind and loves a good old-fashioned, just whimsical fun. This was definitely a book that helped quite a bit with that. So all in all, if you want to, you know, goof around with different climates and, you know, mountainous regions versus underwater games, you know, you could still have your players fight a hydra or a cockatrice as Tritons in an underwater Atlantis-themed game. You know, it could work, and this could help you figure out why. So, that's it for today, folks. I'm your host, Emma Wiegel. Good day and good gaming.